Hello Terraria enthusiasts, my name is James, and for all the Robin Hoods out there, today I'm going to be counting down my top 5 bows. Now, as I said, this is bows, and so it doesn't include the repeater set of weapons. Also, I'm including one console exclusive weapon, and I'm including one PC exclusive weapon, or at least PC exclusive for the time being. So let's begin. Starting off in the number 5 slot is actually our console exclusive weapon, the SHO Ranga. Now the SHO Ranga can be obtained by crafting 2 molten bows together, and basically it makes this beast of a weapon. You see, what it can actually do is it turns your arrows into spectral arrows that are exclusive to the console edition, and they tear through things. If you're crafting this in pre-hard mode, you're a god, and if you craft this in hard mode, then you can probably fight enemies at a reasonable distance. You can definitely fend off some of the enemies, whereas if you use a gold bow, then you probably wouldn't be able to. In conclusion though, this thing is awesome, and it only requires 2 molten bows, and that's not even that much, so it's definitely worth crafting if you're on the console edition. Coming at the number 4 slot is actually the ice bow. Now this bow is exclusive to the ice biome, and it's badass. You see, what it does is it does a similar effect to the SHO Ranga, where it converts your arrows into something else, and for this it converts it into ice arrows. Now, these ice arrows are pretty deadly because it inflicts the ice burn effect onto every enemy that you fire it on. This is probably effective against a lot of stuff. You see, you don't really have to worry about crowd control, you don't really have to worry about fighting against big things. This thing is just a universal hard mode bow. It's pretty good for everything. You know, it has no specific purpose, it's just there, and it's pretty awesome. So I definitely recommend trying to find this one. I really like using it because it looks badass, and it's awesome in the ice biome, and I love the ice biome. Now in the number 3 slot is the Marrow. Now the Marrow is actually a play on words for bone marrow, which is a part of the body, because you get it from the bone skeleton. You get me? Now the Marrow is pretty awesome because it fires at such a pace that it's similar to a bullet. So this thing actually depends on how fast you can click. So if you've got to take down 10 enemies, you best click your heart's content away, because that way you're going to be able to tear through them. If you're going to take this dead casually though, it's a one powerful shot if you're going to be aiming at some part of the body. It's pretty awesome. I use this to tackle most things, I'll use it in the Corruption, the Crimson, around them areas. It's not really great at big bosses, and it's not really great at areas that are completely packed. It's best to fight with when you've got 2 or 3 enemies going, or maybe if you use it in the Pirate Invasion, it's pretty good for that because it has pretty good knockback, so you can pretty much bounce them away. So yeah, number 3 slot. Coming in at the number 2 slot is actually our PC exclusive weapon, the Tsunami. Now the Tsunami is awesome because it's probably the last bow that you'll actually get in the game, because the one after it's one that you get before. Let me elaborate. The Tsunami is actually a drop from Duke Fishron. It's not even that rare of a drop, and it's awesome. I actually got this one in my Let's Play. What it does is it essentially fires 4 arrows at the same time, and this can make for some awesome combinations. If you pair this with, say, some molten arrows, you'll make big explosions. You'll be able to take down anything. This is going to be awesome for big bosses, little bosses, small enemies, big enemies. It's just badass. It tears through everything. And because the bows split out into different directions, what it basically allows you to do is to tackle things that are a little bit bigger than usual. You see, if you're going to be taking down ice golems in the ice biome, then this is probably perfect for you. This is really awesome. I would definitely recommend getting it. It's definitely worth fighting Duke Fishron a good few times just to get this weapon. Now, in the number 1 slot is actually one that you can get before the Tsunami. It's the Pulse Bow. Now, the Pulse Bow is not that hard to obtain, but it is and it isn't. You see, what it relies on is the Travelling Merchant. After you've defeated Plantera, the Travelling Merchant will do a cycle every now and then, and sometimes he'll have the Pulse Bow. And the Pulse Bow doesn't even cost that much. For what it does, it's awesome. Essentially, the Pulse Bow is the water bolt of the Archer world. You fire a pulse and it ricochets everywhere, and it's great for a lot of things. It's great for crowd control. If you're going to be taking on the hard mode dungeon, if you're going to be taking on, the area, the temple with Golem, then this is awesome because it ricochets all around, and it basically defeats anything that gets in its way, and it's super fast. Definitely my favourite bow of all time, unless 1.3 comes out with some pretty badass ones, but there you go. So that's been it for today's top 5 list. Be sure to leave your list suggestions in the comment section below, and why not rank up your top 5 favourite bows? Remember that there is a brand new list tomorrow and a brand new series coming out next week. No spoilers, but it's going to be pretty awesome. So thank you all for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed. I certainly love bows. I hope you guys do too. And it's been a fun list for me to make because I don't really play with bows a hell of a lot, but I do really love them. So thank you all for watching. My name is James. Peace.